Hey guys, Kim here with a little Kim Unplugged today. So we've noticed a little bit of a hot button topic that seems to spark quite a few comments with you guys. So many of you have had such strong opinions to the topic of food and the environment in a recent video we posted. So I thought, why not just dig a little bit deeper? So we've always known about this issue, and you may be surprised to learn that my area of expertise is actually in food and diet. I'm a nutritionist by trade. But full disclosure here, I'm not a vegan or vegetarian, but I really try to only eat meat maybe once a week. In some cultures around the world, eating meat or dairy is part of your daily lives, and it's ingrained in some of us. A lot of people tell me if a meal doesn't have meat, then it's not really a meal, or it's just not filling. We've heard protein, 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 you need it to build muscles.
Step into a Slim Jim, oh yeah!
I think we've all seen the literature at this point that links so many of our health issues such as heart disease, cancer, or diabetes directly to overindulgence of meat and dairy. The US has one of the unhealthiest populations in the world. According to the Center for Disease Control, 1 in every 3 American adults is considered obese. Of the 320 million Americans in the US today, about 92% say they eat meat on a regular basis. 7% say they rarely eat meat, while less than 1% report that they are vegetarians, and only a fraction of those classify themselves as vegans. So I know this is controversial, but I honestly believe if you would all care about our environment, you need to accept that meat does more damage to the atmosphere than all methods of transportation combined. So take all the planes, trains, cars, trucks, and ships in the world and put their emissions together, and it would account for about 13% of our total greenhouse gas output. But take emissions from livestock and its byproducts, and you get anywhere from 25 to 50% of our total greenhouse gas emissions, depending on if you believe government or independent studies. For example, eating an 8-ounce steak is equivalent to driving a gas car for 29 miles. And it's not just that. The processing and distribution of meat requires huge amounts of pesticides, fertilizers, fuel, feed, and not to mention the ridiculous amounts of water used in the process. And then there's the release of greenhouse gases. There's manure and a range of toxic chemicals into the air and excess water as a result. Each minute, animal agriculture in the U.S. produces 7 million pounds of excrement, and that's just here in this country. And the digestive process of cattle releases methane into the atmosphere, which happens to be as much as 25 times more harmful than CO2 released from gas cars. But the amount of water used is really the most shocking. Eating one hamburger alone wastes more water than 2 months of showering. This is because an adult cow can drink as much as 30 gallons of water per day, and growing its food requires hundreds of gallons more to sustain. Our appetite for meat is also unsustainable. Think about this for a second. A half an acre of land produces 37,000 pounds of plant-based foods, but you would need 3 times more land, or 1.5 acres, to produce a measly 375 pounds of meat. It's estimated that we currently use 1/3 the world's ice-free land for raising livestock. Now, Americans love their Teslas, but they also love their meat. They eat something like 200 pounds of meat per person per year, whereas people in Bangladesh eat only 4 pounds per year. Now here's just how impactful eating less beef could be as it relates to our environment. Recently, a team of researchers at Oregon State and Loma Linda University did a fascinating study to calculate the crazy impact of removing just beef from the American diet. They found that if every American replaced beef with beans in their diets today, sure, we might have some loud restrooms, but within just 2 years, we could reduce the greenhouse gas emissions as a nation by as much as 74%. That would actually be enough for the country to meet its 2020 greenhouse gas emission goals pledged by President Obama. It's also cheaper to eat beans too. The crazy thing about this study was that it still accounted for people eating chicken, pork, eggs, and cheese. Just removing beef could make that much of a difference by 2020. So basically, our environmental goals may be skewed, and focusing on riding bikes, driving EVs, and taking shorter showers won't necessarily produce the best outcome for reducing our environmental footprint. You could have a far greater impact today, this afternoon, or tonight by simply reducing your meat consumption or just skipping beef every few meals. Now again, I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian, and I absolutely can relate to the masses who struggle with cutting down on meat. When I studied nutrition, I only looked at it from a health angle, and I focused on organic and grass-fed beef. But from an environmental perspective, grass-fed has a far greater carbon footprint. I've really had to prioritize on what's important to me, and I'm still trying to think about this with my food choices every day. I hope putting this video out there helps us all make better food choices, even if that just means starting with baby steps and trying to reduce your meat and dairy consumption by just a few meals per week. Please like, share this video, let us know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for the love, guys. And remember, if you're buying an S or an X, please use our referral code for free unlimited supercharging. And if you enjoy our videos, be sure to like and comment. It all tells YouTube to share our videos with others, spreading the word of sustainability and EVs. Thanks for watching.